Get out, Chief. Go find a squirrel. Yeah, so good girl. You go look for a squirrel. Good girl. So I'll give her a little bit of a walk about in here. I've seen quite a few squirrels about lately, actually. Both in like the residential areas and quiet areas like this. Go around this way. Good girl. Are you going up the tree? Are you going up the tree? I'm going to go back in the... Hello, darling. What have you seen? And tell everybody how you are. Hey? It's getting much colder weather, isn't it? I found her in the bungalow bedroom today. I thought she was out walking and exploring, but she'd actually... I was doing some work, stock taking and everything, and she jumped into the bedroom and been sat on the cushions in there having a little bit of a snooze. So she's had a catch a bit of sleep. I didn't get much sleep at all last night. I didn't go to bed till about 3, so I was busy on the internet. Then of course the clock went back and the cats were still up at like 6. So like I say, they didn't catch up on their snoozes, and little old me has been doing without food. But you can see this changing, so this churchyard changing colours with the leaves. Hi, Chief. So I've got to keep getting these two out. I have been walking around the block without the pram as well, just to, you know, keep the variety going and make me sort of walk without the pram as well. She'll jump on my shoulder, whereas Spirit, you know, we take the pram with him. He won't walk so far. So anyway, I'm going to get on with this. Right, so I sealed the holes and the edge of this for the day. As you can see, it's absolutely tipping down at the moment. So we'll see if I have any wet coming through. I'm going to jump up in the bed and have a look. I hadn't actually fully sealed in the interior bit as well, because there being pinholes around here, and in the interior there's little holes. Obviously when it gathered rain on the top, it just managed to sort of flood in. Obviously there's an air gap there, so we have air coming through, so I'm not fully sort of enclosed and haven't got any fresh air coming in. I've also got obviously air coming through the back door as well, but hopefully that'll work now. Anyways, like I say, put a big air vent in there later. Fingers crossed I'm dry. You can see the pram is in, and as you can see, it's absolutely pouring down. We timed that right, didn't we, Gigi? Aren't you glad we out back quickly? Look at this weather. Oh! Nasty, nasty weather. I say it's so difficult getting to do walks in this weather. Let's see, we've got the pram in. I've moved the little tray at the front now, so I'm using the one in the toilet, and that will obviously give me a bit of room to put this pram in. I'll try and turn it around. Just obviously in the daytime, and then when we're travelling, like I say, travelling here, but just gives me a bit of more space to park that in and let them get in and out. And you see the cats are resting after their big walk. The flood's out there. So my parcel's being delivered. I've got some family occasions I've got to send some bits off for, so I've got to get it into the rain. Well, hopefully I'll wait till it rains, stops raining. Pick them up, get them wrapped up, and then when I go off to the vets tomorrow, try and drop them off at the post office or walk around there later. Well, it's 1 in the morning and I'm trying to get Chief. She's been missing since 7 PM. Well, she's been on tracker and it stopped just behind these houses. And I've been waiting for her to come home, but as soon as I get down here I get to 5 yards away, and then it says the tracker is losing reception because it could be because of walls or buildings and trees or whatever. And here we have a row of houses with a back garden, and it backs onto the back gardens of other houses and another area, and I can't get into them. I can't call them too loud now, but I've been coming down here and calling since 7, 8, 9, whatever. I thought I might be here, or she might be asleep somewhere or hunting, and she'd respond to me, but it's just silent. So, looks like I've lost my cat. I'm really upset. All I can do is just go home and hope that if she's shut in the shed that she can get out. But the problem I got is that her tracker battery is only going to last, I don't think it's going to last the night. There's only about 20% left. And obviously once that's gone I can't find her. What can I do? So I'm just lying down back in bed. What a night. Oh God, so emotional. So we actually did a nice walk with Mischief and Spirit around the block quite a way, and then I think that was like just after dinner time, and we let Mischief out for her afternoon sort of freedom. And I noticed it was 5:30, and she's usually in for 5. I usually go and get her in for 5, but I was busy doing something, so I didn't go and fetch her. So of course I go out the door like 5:30, 5:45, and it's getting dark, and obviously the cat's, you know, on a different time frame to us, and bloody firework went off, didn't it? So I thought, for goodness sake, the cat's out with fireworks. So I sort of shut Spirit in, went looking for her, and she was like, I saw her running, she was coming home, she was running, and she dived under a car. So there's me. I actually fell over on myself, and I managed to sort of lie on the floor and try and sort of shine the torch under the car to get her. And my fingers just managed to scrape her, but I couldn't actually get hold of her harness. And then another firework went off, so she went from under the car and shot out away, because the bloody fireworks were going off. The kids messed about with them behind the shop by the van. So of course she went away from the fireworks, back up to the top of the estate. So now I was like sort of tracking, and of course the tracker had been on all day, and I had a chance to sort of charge it up where I'd normally do in the afternoon. Stupid I hadn't done it. Anyway, so I was then in and out for the odd hour, sort of following her, calling her, tracking her. She was fine, she was moving. And I went out about sort of 6:30, and I was calling her, and I was watching her move, and then it's like stopped, and that was at like 7:15. I went back in, I was watching the tracker, and it didn't move. So I thought, okay, she's settled down, and she's in an area that I can't get to. So the houses and the gardens back onto each other. She has like a double garden in the back, and she goes all down and around in the middle. So of course I can walk around the streets both sides, but I can't actually get into the gardens or see in. Anyway, it got to sort of, I thought, okay, right, so I was timing her, so 7 o'clock, say she stopped, and then it got to like 9 o'clock, and like I said, I went out again. I went out a couple of times before that, and it wasn't moving at this garden. I'm trying to sort of, this house is empty, knocking on the door, the house is empty, so I couldn't ask to go in the garden. And if we go down the driveway, she literally said it's 5 yards away, but there's a garden and there's a fence, so I couldn't see over the other side of the fence, and there's all buildings and everything there, outbuildings and everything. So of course I'm going around the other way, going around the estate both ways, and I can't get to it. So I thought, well, what I can do is go back to the van and leave the door open. And so till 1 o'clock in the morning, I had that door open, and that tracker did not move. So I thought, right, she's either got stuck, she's got run over, she's fallen over. Long story short, I checked the tracker history, and she had only stayed playing in the grass areas. It was just there, stuck there for like 7-9 hours. Anyway, I in the end at about sort of 3 in the morning, I had to shut the door if we're freezing in here. And I thought, well, hopefully she'll meow and I'll be able to hear her at that point, because obviously, you know. Anyway, we woke up at about 5, and at 6 o'clock I'm watching the tracker, and all of a sudden I'm sure it moved. So I reprogrammed it, because she actually had Spirit's harness on. So I reprogrammed the tracker, put her name on it so I could get pictures of her and everything on it, in case I had to report it lost. And at 6:30, I'm sure it moved. There's a different address. I thought, well, is that the tracker playing up, or is it the fact that she has actually moved? So we're sort of jumping about her bed, jumping out, letting Spirit out for his wee and everything, getting the pram ready to go for a search. And this battery at this point, because it was like only on like sort of 20% last night, and it was going to die obviously overnight, it wasn't going to last. It was on 3% when we woke up this morning. I thought, for goodness sake. And when you use a live, so you can actually live track her, it uses more battery. So of course I had to sort of take it off live and just hope the address changed. So I did a history, and she's actually from 6:30 been going all around the estate. So I thought, yeah, she's alive, and she's actually alive. So we went for a walk with Spirit round to have a look and call her. But the tracker's so sort of lagging a bit too much that by the time we got into the gardens that she was at, she'd already moved back to the other place. You've got to understand that the addresses are like sort of 6, 7, 8 addresses in with her, a few feet for her, but for me I've got to walk around all the estates. So it's just like sort of catching needle in a haystack. So I was just relieved that the tracker's moving. So anyway, we've come back now. The tracker's now on 1%. She's obviously either too scared to come back to the van because of the fireworks, or she's, like I say, all the morning birds are out. So she's obviously hunting around the local area. Whether or not she got fed by somebody last night, I have no idea. She's good at going in windows and houses. Apparently goes in windows and eats dog food and everything, but she hasn't been back for dinner since like dinner time, so midday. So she must be hungry, or if she isn't hungry, then hopefully she'll come back and check on me. She's never not checked on me, which is what's concerning. So obviously she's scared to come down this end because of the firework going off at this end. Hopefully she'll sort of find a nerve, or at least she's in the areas where she can hide under the hedges and she's happy and safe. So yeah, so the tracker's about to go, like I say, so I'm feeling a bit more relieved. I'm absolutely exhausted. Spirit's supposed to have a vet checkup this morning. Obviously going to cancel that, I've let him out. But the lesson over this, if and when she comes back, is that because the tracker's run out of battery, and then I've also had the iPhone little, what they're called, ones you put on, which is obviously done off GPS, off the phone connections from iPhones around. You can trace them. They are both going to be wearing an iPhone tracker and an actual tracker as well, because obviously if they are gone for a long time, because when you're using live tracking, there's only a limited time how long that battery's going to last. So the lesson from this is make sure they've got a basic tracker on as well, at least the Find Me one on the iPhone. You can get to an area, even if not exactly where, it's going to at least get you to the area that they're going to be in to do the search. So yeah, it's just patience now. I hope she comes back. But my God, I've been going through I was so tired the night before because I hadn't slept, and then of course last night. I'm really scared about the fireworks. I did not expect fireworks to go up looking last night, and it's my fault again for not getting them in. This is what I say, I'm now strict with her, coming at sort of 4 or 5 in the evening, but this is why, it's for safety. So God knows what I'm going to do if she gets back. I'm hoping she can get back. If she comes back, then we're going to have to find somewhere to go park up away from the fireworks as much as possible. It's not so bad being in the van, but you just don't know when they're going to take them off. The kids are playing with fireworks outside in the street in the daytime. And it's just ridiculous around here. So we'll have to find somewhere. But say, first thing we've got to do is hope that she comes home. Let's say at least she's alive. She's happy because obviously she's off hunting. So I'm grateful for that. And that's a lot damn sight better to know that she's moved, and the timing is showing that she's been moving, than being stuck in the back garden not moving. Because like I said, I just thought somebody had stolen her, nicked her, undone the tracker and harness, chucked that in the garden, and taken the cat, which is obviously still an option. But yeah, fingers crossed she comes home. Here she is. She's finally home, and she just purred and cuddled up and nested down, exhausted after her adventure. So I'm also gonna get a bit of a cat nap now, so I'm done in. So glad she's home. So glad. So the local post office was shut, so we had to come into town, which meant we just had to practice going in with the lid shut. What good babies. What good babies. Didn't expect that long walk, but fortunately. Okay, stay there. Good girl. Good girl, you stay there. There you go. Good babies being in the shop for the first time and it's lid shut. Good girl, we're going to walk home now. Oh dear. So we just stopped in a little bit of a parky bit outside, opposite Wath Town Hall. Town's just down the road. I'm absolutely sweating buckets. It was a bit of a quick march coming here. And so we didn't plan it. Fortunately, I was carrying some food for the cats and some little bottle of water. Good girl, Chief, alright? Good girl. She's done really well. So Spirit can go to the toilet here as well if he needs to. But I just needed to sit down and have a rest. So today's Halloween. Monday the 31st of October, and what a night and a day so far. Obviously, last night Mischief stayed out. Just didn't come back home. A lot of worry over that. So today, she's walking on a lead with the pram because I was only going to go to the local post office. But we've had to come to town for the post office because the local one was shut for refurbishments. But like I say, we needed the exercise, so that's good. So also at the same time, as you can see, I'm training them to have the top covered up, because that's the first time we've gone in the shop with them, with it covered up. Spirit's been with the pram in the post office before the local one, but it was open. But Mischief hasn't been in the shop at all yet, and neither have been in the shop with the lid closed, and they both did very well. Obviously they like to be hidden at the way. So doing really well with this training. We've obviously come alongside the main road. Oh dear, I think I walk quite fast here. I'm a lot fitter than I was. I've still got lots of weight to lose. I'm obviously in a lot better condition than I was before. All right, Chief, you're a good girl. You're having a little stay down in there. Haven't you been a good girl? So yeah, she came back. We had a little bit of a snooze together to catch up a bit of sleep. But then I had to get this posted off. So yeah. So fortunately the weather's not too bad at the moment, but it's the right temperature for me. I can't really walk in the sun. But again, you find these little hideaways where we could sit down. I could have walked up to that bench there, but the reason why I didn't go and sit on there is because obviously the soil's nice here and there's trees. I'm sat right beside a tree here, and if Mischief wanted to have a little climb then she could do so. But she's quite happy hidden away. She knows she's not near home or the van, so she's very good at keeping herself safe and watching from in there, aren't you, darling? Good girl. So once this monster's eaten his dinner, we'll carry on walking back. A much better end to how this whole adventure started. Sadly, obviously, we didn't take the van to the vet, so the van hasn't moved. But at least we're out and about. And this is important training, because now I know I can take the cats to the shops and get them shut in while I do a bit of shopping. Not that I've got any room to carry any shopping back, but I'll have to get some of those handles, some hooks that carry a shopping bag on the handle. What a good boy, alright, you had enough? Now you're going to look over here and see if he wants to go to the toilet now. And once he's done that, and we're about. We've just come up to the chair actually. Oh, Spirit actually wanted to get out and have a little look, didn't you? And you wanted to be a sit on Mummy so you're safe. I know. Oh, you wanted to cuddle Mummy, don't you? Yes. You're going to go back in the pram. Good girl, good boy. You going to sit there and ride back? What a good girl. You're going to sit there and maybe push you back. Good girl. Good girl. Final bit, Ram's just round the corner and she's enjoying her ride back now. She had a little bit of a walk, but she's realising the benefit of the pram now, how comfortable it is. You can see Spirit's in her place and she's on top. Nice to relax, aren't you, Chief? Good girl. And there's the van. Hopefully that's the end of the nightmare Halloween weekend.